Hello, everyone. Johnny Jett, the soft-spoken, brush-bearded craftsman and artist who captured millions of hearts on Barnwood builders, isn't your typical television personality. He's not a man of flash or fame, not someone chasing celebrity or viral moments, but rather a humble soul who found himself on national television doing what he's loved all his life, preserving America's architectural history one log cabin at a time. Yet behind his quiet smile, unmatched work ethic, and the rustic charm that made him the unsung hero of the show, there's a deeper story, a story that few fans know in full. Over the years, rumors have swirled, misinformation has spread, and fans have asked one persistent question: what really happened to Johnny Jett? Some believed he retired, others feared the worst. But the truth about Johnny Jett is as fascinating and heartfelt as the man himself, filled with triumphs, losses, legacy, and an undying love for craftsmanship and history that defines who he is far more than any TV spotlight ever could. Born on April 28, 1949, in Chicago, Illinois, Johnny Jett's life could have taken 1,000 different directions. But fate, it seems, had a way of steering him toward a destiny carved in wood and stained in history. He grew up in the post-war Midwest, where hands-on work wasn't just a skill, but a survival tool. His father was a carpenter, his mother a homemaker, and Johnny grew up surrounded by the hum of saws and the smell of fresh timber. Early on, he learned the beauty of creating something lasting, something that could outlive its maker. But like many from his generation, life took him on detours before he found his calling. He served his country during the Vietnam War, an experience that shaped him deeply, leaving him with a quiet humility and a strong appreciation for life's simpler blessings. After returning home, he carried that discipline and resilience into his passion for craftsmanship, working in construction and later developing a niche for restoring old log structures that told the story of early America. Before Barnwood builders made him a household name, Johnny was already a legend in West Virginia among local builders and craftsmen. His partnership with Mark Bowe, another craftsman with a dream of saving historic barns and log cabins from decay, would soon become the foundation of something remarkable. When the DIY Network and later the Magnolia Network picked up Barnwood builders, no one could have predicted how deeply audiences would fall in love with the team. Mark Bowe, Sherman Thompson, Tim Rose, and of course Johnny Jett became the faces of a movement, not just saving old wood, but saving stories. Each reclaimed beam, each weathered nail pulled from a 200-year-old cabin was a piece of American history rescued from oblivion. But while Mark was the face and the business mind, Johnny was the heart. His deep knowledge of old-world craftsmanship, his steady humor, and his genuine humility made him the soul of the show. Fans immediately connected to Johnny's calm demeanor and twinkling sense of humor. He wasn't acting for the cameras, he was just being himself. His artistry didn't stop at the barns either. Johnny is a gifted painter, often creating vibrant, nostalgic artworks inspired by rural life, nature, and Americana. He sold his paintings quietly online, not as a celebrity hobby, but as an extension of who he was, a creator through and through. His art gave fans a glimpse into his soul, colorful yet grounded, nostalgic yet hopeful. But as the years went by and Barnwood builders continued to evolve, some fans began noticing changes. Johnny wasn't appearing as frequently in certain episodes, leading to speculation about his health, his age, and whether he was stepping away from the spotlight for good. The internet, of course, did what it does best. It filled in the blanks with rumors. Fake obituaries began circulating online around 2018, claiming Johnny Jett had passed away. Fans flooded forums and social media pages with condolences and confusion. But thankfully, the rumors were just that, false. Johnny Jett was alive and well, still working, still painting, and still very much part of the Barnwood Builders spoke volumes about how deeply people cared for him. Fans were heartbroken at the thought of losing him, which only shows the profound emotional connection he had built with audiences without ever trying to be a star. But behind the scenes, there was truth in the idea that Johnny was slowing down, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. Now in his 70s, Johnny began focusing more on his art and less on the physically grueling work of barn restoration. Decades of heavy lifting, long travel days, and exposure to the elements had taken their toll. Friends and crewmates have mentioned that Johnny's hands, though weathered and scarred, still hold the steady precision of a true craftsman, but he's earned the right to take it easy. His role shifted more into mentorship, passing down his knowledge and humor to the younger members of the Barnwood Builders crew. His influence remains everywhere, from the techniques they use to the tone of brotherhood that defines the show's culture. Mark Bowe has often called Johnny the backbone of the crew and one of the most talented human beings I've ever met. It's not just lip service. Mark credits Johnny with being the creative soul who keeps everyone grounded, reminding them that their work isn't just construction, but preservation. Fans love watching the bond between the two. Mark's optimism and Johnny's dry humor create a chemistry that feels both authentic and timeless. There's something comforting in watching a man who's seen so much of life still find joy in the simplest things: a piece of reclaimed wood, a sunset over a cabin, a shared joke with friends. The tragedy and beauty of Johnny Jett's story lie in how fleeting and precious time is. He's lived a life that reflects hard work, humility, and quiet greatness in an age obsessed with noise. He never chased fame, yet it found him. He never sought validation, yet he earned admiration across generations. Fans often describe him as the embodiment of what America used to value: integrity, craftsmanship, and kindness. His story resonates because it feels real. It's not polished or scripted. It's the story of a man who worked with his hands and found peace in the process. As of now, Johnny still appears on Barnwood Builders, though less frequently than in the show's early seasons. He continues to paint, often donating or selling his artwork to raise money for veterans' charities and local causes close to his heart. When asked about his legacy, Johnny once said something that perfectly captures his essence: "If somebody looks at something I built 100 years ago, from now and smiles, that's enough for me." That simple statement is his entire philosophy. Build things that last, make people smile, and leave the world better than you found it. So, what really happened to Johnny Jett? The answer isn't scandalous or tragic. It's profoundly human. He aged gracefully, continued his passion, and chose peace over pressure. He's living proof that you don't need to be loud to make a difference. While the world obsessed over fame and fortune, Johnny built something far more meaningful: respect, legacy, and love. His hands may tremble now, but the work they've done will stand for generations. He remains a living bridge between America's past and its future, the quiet hero of Barnwood Builders, whose greatest masterpiece might just be the life he built, one log, one laugh, one painting at a time. And as the show continues to inspire new audiences, Johnny Jett's spirit lingers in every reclaimed cabin and every saved barn. A reminder that the true measure of a man isn't how famous he becomes, but how much beauty he leaves behind. Thanks for watching.